If a stranger can find your home address, your daily commute, and the exact window you leave unlocked using only your last 3 Instagram posts, you are no longer private, you are a target. Most people believe they are safe because they don't post bank details or passwords, but professional investigators don't need your secrets, they need your patterns. In the year ending March 2025, over 4 million fraud incidents were recorded in England and Wales, an increase driven by the renaissance of digital footprints. This is the hidden reality of open source intelligence, or OSINT. This is not a story about hacking, it is a story about the mosaic effect. In intelligence circles, your data is treated like a tile. A LinkedIn job update is one tile, a photo of a coffee cup is another. In isolation, these tiles are worthless, but when aggregated, they form a high-resolution blueprint of your life. Analysts can now use these fragments to identify up to 95% of individuals from supposedly anonymous datasets, using just 4 data points such as your date of birth, postcode, gender, and occupation. The reconstruction of a life begins with a pivot point. This is a single identifier, like an email or a username, that allows an investigator to bridge different worlds. Most of us suffer from handle inertia, the tendency to reuse the same username across Instagram, Reddit, and gaming forums to maintain a digital identity. Professional investigators use tools like What's My Name or NameCheck to scan hundreds of platforms for that specific handle in seconds. This creates a link between your professional persona on LinkedIn and your unfiltered thoughts on a forum. Suddenly, an investigator knows not just where you work, but your political leanings, your financial anxieties, and your psychological triggers. This is how spear phishing is born, a lure crafted so precisely from your own public interests that it becomes indistinguishable from reality. But your digital identity isn't just found in what you type, it's hidden in the infrastructure of the UK itself. Many people are unaware that the UK's commitment to corporate transparency has created a goldmine for open source intelligence. If you're one of the millions of people who have registered a limited company, your privacy is likely compromised by default. Until the very recently, Companies House required directors to list a correspondence address, and for small business owners, that was often their home. Even with 2025 privacy updates allowing directors to apply to suppress certain details, historical documents remain on the register. A dedicated investigator can cross-reference these filings with the HM Land Registry. For a fee as small as £3, anyone can confirm who owns a property when they bought it and whether it has a mortgage. By linking a name from a social media post to a director's filing and then to a little title deed, a stranger can now move from a screen to your front door without ever breaking a law. This brings us to the visual layer, the information you are volunteering every time you press upload. Image intelligence, or IMINT, is perhaps the most powerful tool in the OSINT arsenal. Most social media platforms skip EXIF metadata, the hidden GPS coordinates and timestamps from your photos, to protect you, but the visual content remains a map. Professional analysts pivot off micro-clues, a unique window frame, the font on a street sign, or even the design of a bus stop can pinpoint a city or a street. In one documented exercise, geolocated a polar bear enclosure at the San Diego Zoo to within 5 meters by matching rock formations and vegetation from a single webcam shot to satellite imagery. For the average viewer, the risk is routine. Commute selfie might show a specific train line or a reflection in your sunglasses that reveals a landmark behind the camera. Analysts even use tools like SunCalc to measure the length and the direction of shadows in your photos to calculate the exact time and date they were taken. This isn't just a theory, it is used by criminals to exploit predictable daily routines. In England and Wales, 69% of burglaries occur during the day and the working week, as offenders use social media to identify exactly when a house is empty. This matters because the advice we are typically given is incomplete. We are told to use VPNs and incognito mode, but when these tools are often irrelevant to OSINT, a VPN encrypts your data in transit, but it does nothing to stop browser fingerprinting, the collection of technical details like your screen resolution and battery level that uniquely identify your device across the web. Similarly, private profiles do not make you invisible. They merely prevent the public from seeing your posts. They do not remove you from the platform's social graph. Algorithms like people you may know can still suggest your account to a target's friends based on shared account tags, confirming an association. Worse, platforms often maintain shadow profiles for people who have never even signed up, built from data harvested from the contact lists of people they know. We are living through what experts call an industrial revolution of fraud. With the rise of AI in 2025, OSINT is being weaponized to create deepfakes and voice clones from the very audio and video you share on social media, allowing scammers to impersonate family members or colleagues with terrifying accuracy. The goal is not to become invisible, which is nearly impossible, but to become a hardened target. Real risk reduction requires a shift from tools to a mindset of separation. First, you must decouple your identifiers. Use unique usernames for every platform to prevent the mosaic effect from linking your professional and personal lives. Second, move beyond traditional passwords. While strong passwords are good, multi-factor authentication, specifically phishing-resistant hardware keys, blocks 99.9% of automated account compromise attacks. Finally, practice data minimization. Audit your old accounts using services like Just Delete Me and revoke app permissions for location and contacts that are no longer necessary. If you are a company director, use a professional service address to keep your home address off the public register. We have spent the last decade being told that privacy is about what we keep secret, but in the age of OSINT, privacy is actually about what we keep separate. Every time you reuse a handle, a photo, or a routine, you aren't just making life easier for yourself, you are handling the blueprint to anyone who knows how to look. You need not to disappear from the digital world, you simply need to stop helping them build the map. As data exposure continues to rise, the question is no longer who can see you, but how many pieces of the puzzle you are willing to give away for free.